Hey, welcome back guys to what should be the last episode of creating some level, creating some tutorial level. Then after that we can go back to fixing little bugs we had last time, such as the swiping is kind of messed up when you're on your phone and you're trying to swipe, only using, not swipe, I mean moving. When you're only trying to move like this with a joystick, you might actually end up swiping the camera by accident, and that's really going to mess up your movement. There was also this end menu where the text wouldn't pop up. So something we're going to be fixing not today, but tomorrow. Okay, so today was the last episode of making the tutorial level. So if you remember correctly, in the first one we showed how to move, we also showed how to win. In the second one we showed how to die, and also how to swipe the camera. Now I'm saying that we showed the player how to do that, but we really didn't. He figured that on his own by completing the level. We might actually add some tooltip during these first few levels just to help him, guide him, like actually use this joystick right here to move, or touch this winbox to win. But that's stuff we're gonna be doing a little bit later on. Today is a new scene, and that's going to be the third scene. So I'm going to hit Control N on the keyboard. That is a new scene. Save this, so Control S, and this one is going to be a boost tutorial, so I'm going to call this boost tutorial, which is basically going to be we're going to be using jump pad, and the player has to use a boost, else it is not going to make it. So let's go save that under scene level, and here we go. So like last time, we have to go to our well, any level scene, and we are going to pretty much just pick everything we need, so the whole scene except the level and the directional light. Yep, so let's copy that, Control C, or right click and do a copy, then go back inside the boost tutorial scene and let's paste that. Oh, and I accidentally hit build. Okay, I'm going to remove the old camera we had, replace it with a new one, so I'm going to change the name, and here we go. We pretty much have the level we'd like to have right now. It's just that we don't have a skybox, so I'm actually going to use the skybox right away. So I'm going to go under my skybox material and simply drag and drop it right here, and we're off a good start once more. Okay, so winbox, I won't move it just yet because we don't know where the end of the level is going to be, but let's start like we usually do. We are going to start by adding some floor tiles. So in this one, I'll be dragging a floor tile in the middle. I'll be moving it this side, then back at the origin, so 0, 0, 0, and then I'll just make sure I fix this rotation. Okay, so we're gonna start off like that, and I think I'll just, oh, by the way, let's go make an object so we don't make a mess out of the scene. So new empty game object, this is going to be the level game object. Again, move that to the origin, and then we can simply take what we've made and put it right here. So the plan is really simple. What I'll be doing is just this kind of pathway, and then I'll be using a 90 turn like this. What's on this side? Okay, we'll keep this one, and I'll just snap it using V, holding V on the keyboard, snap to vertex right about there. Duplicate one more of these, and then maybe add another turn. Yep, so I'll go ahead and just move this over here, add another turn. Oops. Rotate it. And then add another one of these. This one is going to be fairly long compared to the two other. And then finally another turn. And I'm going to have some jump pads right after this one, so we have to jump over the old path we've made. There we go. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this like so, and I'm going to block the way over here because right now the player can simply go from there to there. I'm going to block this with some what is it, the jump pad. Here we go. So using the jump pad, I'll be modifying the scale as well, so maybe 2 in Y. Never mind, 1 in Y, and let's say 2 in Z, and 4 in X, so we get this kind of object now. We might also want to change the texture of that because I don't think it's really pretty right now. Yep, we will be changing the texture of the jump pad. Okay, so let's quickly test this out. And I will be going over to this side, like so. And then the player has to use jump pad, else he will fall about there. Okay, let's try with a boost now. So, try to quickly complete this level. Then hit the boost, and we land approximately right about there. And maybe even use another jump pad for landing, why not? Oh yeah, this could actually be good. But I think we can actually make it without using the boost, so let's just make sure this does not happen by trying it once more. And I like the way we have it there because the player already knows what he has to do as soon as he starts the level. And we're unable to make it this way, and we get stuck here, so I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Actually, I think we're going to be keeping it. I think it's a good thing, because then he can simply try again quickly without having to wait for the 3-second delay. And of course he's going to be penalized because he's not going fast, therefore he's losing time and he's not going to make it to the silver time or bronze time. And I even think about putting the winbox right there. So where's my winbox? It's right here. Maybe move it right about there. And we'll pretty much already have our level, which is not a bad thing. These first level, they should not be long, they should not be complicated, they should be really straight to the point. This way the player can have some progression, even though he's not even though he hasn't really invested that much time in the game, the player already has some progression, and that pretty much keeps him wanting to play some more. So I'll just go ahead and put some borders here so they don't fall after winning. That'd be quite sad. And here we go. Alright, okay, so this level does not really look pretty right now, and most of it is because of the jump pad. It's not really great looking, and the rest is just the 90 turns, which are kind of messed up. But what I felt like doing is actually replacing the jump pad texture right now. So I'll be going to Photoshop and making a 5x12 by 5x12 texture. This is going to be tile jump. Why not? And then again, something really simple, something seamless, because why not? And what I was thinking about doing is simply making some kind of arrows pointing up. So I'm going for a really light green this time, so maybe something of the sort. Maybe even a little bit lighter than that. So like this. And then we add some arrows. So how exactly are we going to add some arrows? We are going to we're going to use the selection tool. Then I'll be making my arrow white for now. Just select a rectangle like this, then fill it with the bucket tool. That's G on the keyboard. I mean J. I don't know, G on the keyboard. Then I'll be using my free transform tool to just rotate it around, maybe like that. Then I'll be pulling it over to this side. Duplicate it, then free transform again, that's Ctrl T. Right click on it, then flip horizontal, so we get this kind of pattern we can use now. I am going to use, I'm going to select both layers at the same time, make sure I just center this, like so. And then we could be having two of those arrows. So duplicate, and there we go. That would be our jump pad right there. Now I'd also like to add some borders, so I'll be selecting this side, adding say a yellowish, greenish, yellowish border like so. Paste it, then copy, move it over to the other side, and this way we have something that is seamless but only on one axis, and I think that's going to be good enough. So I'll just save this. We're gonna come back to work on the texture and maybe add some bevel and all that kind of good stuff, but I'll just save this right now and go over to my computer and then my pretty much my project folder. So I'll be saving my PSD file, and then I'll be saving the PNG file inside of my asset folder. So artwork, texture, tile jump, then we save. Go back inside of Unity, we can now make a material. So under artwork, we're gonna right click on material, new map, and this is tile underscore jump. And we can then use the texture we just made. So where exactly is it at? We are right about here. So if we just drag and drop this, we're gonna get this kind of issue. Right now we're gonna need to fix the texture because the color is not really good, but we also get the texture on the wrong way. So that's all things we can be fixing with the UVs on the 3D object. Alright, so let's go quickly fix that. I'm going to open up the ramp up model, so that's under where it is at. It is under model, and then we're gonna go double click on, not ramp up, my bad, jump pad. Here we are. So we're gonna be booting this in 3ds Max, and we're gonna be playing with the texture just a little bit to make this look nice. Okay. So we also want to fix that texture as well, but we'll do one thing at a time. We'll just wait until 3ds Max is up, and we will go ahead and just import the material. So I'm going to hit M on the keyboard, then go under diffuse, change the diffuse map by tile jump. Okay, now all we have to do is pretty much just unwrap this one face and maybe this one, but I think this one's okay. So we're gonna choose this guy, go under unwrap UVW, open UV editor, and then quickly rotate this around like so, and we should be good to go. Oh, never mind, it's pointing downwards now, so we gotta be rotating it like this. Okay, so that's our new jump pad right there. I'm going to save, and it should already fix it inside of the game. Here we go. So now let's go ahead and fix the color of these, and what I'm thinking of doing is actually using the same color we got here, because this is way too light. So I'll just be putting my screens like that, then I'll be holding Alt, oh never mind, I'll take a tool, so maybe like the gradient tool, then hold Alt, click, hold, and just move around there, that color. Okay, changing the background color. If we hit save, and we just look at it from inside the game. Oh, never mind, we saved the PNG texture. Okay, so let's go ahead and just fix it first here. So I've used this light green color. Now for the border, I'll be using the darker one. So let me just pull the border up. By the way, I'll go ahead and just merge all of these 4 layers together. So that's the arrows. And let's merge these 2 as well. Now I'll be holding Alt again and choosing the darker color. There we go. And that's pretty much how it looks now. Let's go ahead and add a color overlay on top of this. Why not? So what kind of color we're looking for? Maybe another green. Now this time we can use a light green, like so. Maybe add a bevel. I don't know, I'm just trying to do something with that. As always, you gotta be creative. You gotta find what you think looks the best. And I think adding a stroke to that is a really good idea. So I'll be adding a stroke to the sides, like so. Maybe not a black stroke, maybe either white or greenish stroke. Something like that. Okay. So these colors should make a little bit more sense. Now if I go under save as, and I save as a PNG under artwork, texture, tile jump, we should see the result right away inside of Unity. And there it is. Now we're going to put in consideration that this is not usually scaled like that. This is usually scaled something like this. So it might look bad if we extend it a little bit too much, but if you extend it like this, like in the normal way it should be, then I think it looks okay actually. So I'm going to leave this like that, and that is going to be our 3rd level, which is the jump pad tutorial, or the boost tutorial, because you have to use the boost. Right. And what I really like about this one is that you know what to do right away. I know I already said that, but it's pretty much part of the tutorial to just show the player what he has to do from the start. So as soon as you boot the game, the level, this is pretty much what you see. You see two jump pad, and if you swipe over, you see the winbox. So I think we're pretty much ready to close this level. Let's go ahead and do what we usually do. So we're going to take a picture of that, or actually move the camera over here, then select the camera, go ahead and go under game object, align it with view. Now we get this when we boot the game. So we get this for 3 seconds, we know what's going on, and then we are looking at the player. Okay, and now as for the silver, gold, and bronze time, I will just try once more and try to complete the level as fast as possible, so we know what's a good gold time. That's a little bit hard to use the boost here because we don't have any borders, and I think that's a good part of it. So under 10 seconds would be the gold time, and let's say 11.5 for the silver time. So under level manager, we go under gold time, that's 10, and silver time is 11.5. Okay. So we got this out of the way. Now let's go ahead and do the thumbnail. So I'll be putting my camera about there, taking out my game window, pressing on play, pressing on pause, turning off the canvas, and let's move the camera so I have my camera selected in the back. Game object, align with view, and let's go ahead and just take a picture of that. So print screen, and I will go ahead and open up my folder where I usually save those, which is under mobile RB, which is my project folder, then thumbnail base. Okay, paste in the new image, scale it up a little bit, maybe add a auto color to that, or auto contrast, and that would be jump pad or boost. I'm not sure, how did we call it already in the game? I think we called it boost tutorial, so I'll just be naming this boost like so. I'm going to save as PNG under assets, resources, level 3 underscore I think it's boost tutorial. So remember, this needs the same exact name as the name of your scene. So in my case, that's boost tutorial. We can see it up here. We can also see it in our scene folder. So just to make sure, I'll copy that, and there we go. Save. Once more, if we go back inside of our main menu scene, we should not be able to see it just yet, and that is because it is not a sprite. So let's go under the boost image, under resources level, and change that to sprite and to the UI. Hit apply, and then we should be good to go. There, here's our new level, but we also need to add it to the to the build settings. So let's go ahead and just do that. We're gonna go under boost tutorial, go into file, build settings, and add open scene. Now everything should be pretty much ready to go, and our player should know how to use every single of the buttons he sees. Okay, and again, we need to fix the lit and unlit stuff. So let's see if we can fix that right now with this material, because I don't think it should be like that. Yeah, as you can see, it says style jump over here. We're gonna change that texture, not texture, but that shader for unlit texture. And it looks a lot better, so actually we should have done that before taking a picture. Is it worth changing it? I'm not sure. I actually like the way it's highlighted on this. So let's just give it a look, another quick run. And I'm going to use the main menu this time so we can have a score. So level selection, boost. We got a 3 seconds wait time, and we try to complete this as fast as possible without failing. And Am I going to be able to do it? Okay, under 10 seconds again. Great, so that should be gold time. Yep. Alright guys, so that's going to be pretty much it for the 3 first levels. As I said before, after this video we're going to be tackling the some more polishing issues where the joystick is not really fun to use because it also swipes the camera sometimes, and unlit stuff on the scene, all that kind of good stuff is going to be taken care of really quickly in the next few episodes, maybe 2 episodes, and then we can go back to making level and actually close the project. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you like this video, please leave me a like. If you have any question or comment, you can always leave them in the comment section below. And as always, subscribe for more, and I will be seeing you in the next episode.